What does this happy life look like? And that's how we came up with that go where we want, when we want, stay as long as we want, bring as many people as we want. That's our freedom framework. That's how we wanted to live. So if you're watching this video, you're saying, how do I do this? Well, the how is right here. So it's March 31st of 2026. We actually just got back to the US. We came from visiting 7 countries at the beginning of 2026. We have only actually been home to our Dallas home only 4 days this year already. And it looks like it's the rest of the year is going to be very similar. As a matter of fact, we're right here in Tampa, Florida right now. We're going to our VIP mastermind with one of our mentors, Myron Golden. And me and my wife are just driving here. We're thinking, my gosh, like we've accomplished a lot. We've been together for 21 years now. We have been entrepreneurs for 20 of those years. December 3rd of 2025 was actually our 20th year as entrepreneurs. And we're like, man, we have achieved a lot. We have done a lot. And I think the most important part is we've actually become a lot and become exactly who we're actually meant to be, who God has actually created us to be. So, in this video, I'm going to walk you through um, how do we have this life, right? That we are living, this dream life that we're living now. 2025 was very busy. It actually was our very busiest travel year. We were only home 29 days total in our Dallas home. We visited like 11 countries, 34 cities, went to like 17 in-person events and like 6 online events, and then had some vacations in between. And 2026 kind of seems like it's starting to become a very similar year, if not even more busier. But I think more busier on our life because we have several things going on right now. We are finishing building our house in Malaysia, and we really want to spend even more time this year with each other, with the people that we love, and on the things that we love, and actually spending more time, I believe, in contribution, giving back, and growing ourselves both personally, professionally, and our relationship. So, but I wanted to share with you, we wanted to share with you kind of how we actually did that, right? And I think the very first thing we want to share is like our origin story. I think that one of the things I heard from one of my mentors, Myron, he says, "Your past perceived voids become your present perceived values." And me and my wife, we value time way more than money, right? And but those are two things that we need. We need time. Everybody needs time. As a matter of fact, we always want more time. But here's the thing: you can't get more time. We all have the same amount of time. I think what we desire and want more is how can we best utilize and live our very best life and do the very best things within the time that we have, right? Because time is a non-renewable resource, right? It doesn't once you spend it, it's gone. And then money. We all need money, right? We all have to do whatever we need to do in our professions and things like that to generate the money. So those are the things we all always have to have. So, but looking back at like the two things that we didn't have a lot when we grew up, right? I remember I was like 6 years old when we escaped Laos, where I was actually born. These four gentlemen rushed, came and picked us up in the middle of the night before nightfall, and it was me, my brother, my sister, and they threw us on these motorcycles, and we found ourselves, just rushing towards the riverbanks. We get there, it's the Mekong River, and we're waiting. We meet up with my mom. My mom ended up being there, and then we crossed. I remember that night. It was like 6 years old. I was 6 years old. My brother was 9, almost 10. My sister was like 12 years old. We weren't the only families crossing. There was a lot of other families crossing as well. And we got about almost halfway through, and then all of a sudden we hear gunshots, and then we see gunshots, and our canoe actually ends up flipping over, and we're in the water. I remember grabbing onto my mom, and my mom, grabbing onto me, and I'm clinging on her back, and she's swimming towards the Mekong River. We made it. When we got to the banks of Thailand, that's where we had to cross because when you seek asylum to come to safety, to come to a country like the United States, or at that time France was accepting, and Europe was accepting as well, and Australia were accepting immigrants from that part of the country. The only thing you have to do is get to Thailand safely. That's the only thing that you have to do. So escape your country to do that. So we got the Thai military turns on their lights, and then the Lao military has to stop, shooting. So there was some families crossing with us as well, and some of them didn't make it, unfortunately. We did. My brother, my sister, me, my mom. I made it. The two gentlemen out of the four that my mom hired didn't make it as well. We were relocated to a refugee camp in Thailand called Napo. We lived there for about a year, waiting for approval to come to the United States, and then my parents got approved, and we ended up relocating to Minneapolis. And I remember coming to Minneapolis, obviously new country, right? And scary. I watch they have a lot of social services programs in Minnesota as well. That's why it made relocation a lot easier. Remember my mom and dad really leveraging like the welfare system and food stamps and government housing, but they did it for a very short period of time because what they recognized was that if they worked hard enough, the American dream was within reach even for them, right? So they stopped all that. About 6 months later, they went to work, and I watched them work two full-time jobs Monday through Friday. So they were barely home. I remember my mom getting up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning just to catch the bus, go to her first job, and then catch another bus to go to the suburbs to work on, as a maid at the Holiday Inn. She wouldn't get home a lot of times till about midnight, and then she'd have to repeat that over and over again. And then she also worked another full time job on the weekends as well. So time, I didn't have a lot of time with my family, right, with my parents. And then in terms of money, we didn't come from money, right? My parents are first generation to the United States, so money is something that we didn't have. And one of the things Savon here. Before we dive into the video, I just wanted to really first off say thank you for being here. And because you're actually here, I have a couple of gifts for you. The very first gift is our book, Just Do This. I wrote this book to share how you can actually take your most valuable asset, which is you, to turn it into one irresistible high value offer. You see, if you don't do that, then what your only offer is to trade your time for a little bit of someone else's money, like my parents did. They worked so hard for most of their life, Monday through Friday, full-time, two full-time jobs, another full-time job on the weekend. My parents made $2.4 million. The only problem is it took them a combined 69 years to make it. My dad worked for his company for 36 years. My mom worked for her companies for 33 years just to retire broke, retiring where they had more time than they actually had money. And one thing I realized from that is it's not the amount of money that we actually make, it's the speed in which we actually make it so that we have more time to actually enjoy it. So showing you how to actually create your high ticket offer. Second is to market yourself consistently. You cannot be the best kept secret. You cannot be the secret weapon that nobody knows about. To walk you through how to actually market yourself, how to gain visibility and get known, get seen by your audience. And then third is share with you how to make more offers. You see, if you do have something that you can help your clients, you can solve a problem, you can help people achieve a payoff, then you got to make offers, right? You got to make an offers to your ideal clients. Otherwise, you're doing yourself and you're doing your clients a disservice for doing so. So that is my first gift, is our book. Second is a masterclass. It's called the Wealth and Freedom Accelerator Masterclass. I created that to really walk you through choose life first, your life, your very best life first as the destination. What does that look like? What's your dream life look like? And decide, and to live your dream life first. Take care of yourself first and figure out what's happiness to you. What does a fulfilled look like to you? If time and money were no longer an issue, how would you be living first? And then second is business as the vehicle, right? To choose business, just like I said, not a job, not a career, not a profession, but a business, right? To create an offer, to create a business, create a brand as the vehicle that will help you not only just build wealth, but achieve freedom and time freedom as well. And then third is people as the fuel, how to leverage people, how to leverage coaches, people who can help you go faster, how to model after success, how to leverage your peer group, have a group of people that you run with. They talk about you are the 5 people you surround yourself with. I don't believe in that. I believe that you are the people you allow to influence you the most. So again, how to leverage people, and then how to leverage a team, people who are better than you, that you can actually leverage so that they can actually complete you. So that's my 2 gifts for you. And then the third is, if I'm going to invite you to attend our Dream Life, Dream Business Challenge. It's a challenge where we're going to walk you through how to live your dream life, how to love your dream business, build a business that you're absolutely in love with, waking up every single day doing what you know and love. And then third is how to leverage your dream team, how to delegate and automate your business. And then lastly, if this video helped you,
I would love to have you to do three things. One is to like this video and comment your biggest takeaways, and then most importantly, subscribe so that when we drop a new training for you, you can actually be alerted as well. So again, I really appreciate you for being here, and subscribing to our channel is free, and we promise you we will not let you down with our content. So again, appreciate you being here. Thank you very, very much. Let's dive right into the video.
One of the things I learned, Jim Rohn said, if you did not come from a wealthy family, make sure that a wealthy family comes from you. So that's why in the present, it was the void that I was missing became my highest values, right, which is time and money. So in I went to, did the traditional stuff, go to school, right, get a degree, go find a job, try to make more money, right, try to build wealth for myself, and then and getting myself ready for my future family, so that I can, make sure that I have time with them that, that my parents didn't have with me. So all those things led up to me realizing I didn't want to be an employee. So in December 3rd, 2005, I started my business with my then girlfriend, who's obviously my wife now. So but yeah, we became business owners really because we wanted to make more money, and we wanted to have that time freedom as well. So my wife has a very similar story leading up to our business journey, and then after that I'm going to kind of share with you our journey as entrepreneurs, and kind of walk you through like what we learned with that as well. So again, your past perceived voids become your present perceived values. So I know you want to share your story as well that led up to us really starting our business in December 3rd, 2005, which is our 20th year now this past December.
Yeah, thank you so much for asking. And if you're wondering, why are we sharing this with you, is because when just like what he said, when we're on our way here, we were talking about, man, we are living our dream life, right? We're no longer trapped in the society. We're not no longer in the box that we're grown up to be, to build up on, and we didn't really actually realize that we only operate in this traditional box where is work hard, right? Play later, right? Save your money, be humble, don't wish too much, right? Don't be greedy. And I think that's the main reason why we wanted to share with you on this video. That's the reason why my husband is sharing with you how, what is his story and why he is so animated about living his dream life and running his dream business. And same thing with me. I mean, the reason why we connect is because we have some very similar background. As for me, I grew up without my parents, and remember that actually my dad was a drug addict, and one of my aunt, again growing up, maybe was just joking around, but I didn't realize that it was a joke at that moment. Say that if you are a lucky child, your parents would have been together and you have been in a great family, right? So I really put that blame on me, that man, the reason why my parents wasn't around, my mom's working hard for me, is because it's all my fault. So then I was very determined that when I grew up, I want to make sure that my kids are always around me. I don't want them to fill the void of what I have, which is growing up without parents. There's no parents on birthday. There's no parents on, graduation. There's no parents on, any celebration that we have in life. And nonetheless, all the day to day things too. And when I become, grown and I have my children, again, we're all obsessed with our business. The truth is, most of us, business is our identity. And one day my kids walking into my room and say, babe, mommy, can you play with me? And I say, well, hold on, babe. I got things to do, right? I got more client. And what does parent always do? We are doing this for you. We're doing this for you, right? So I realized that, wow, I got into that trap too, like, well, the reason why I wanted to start a business is so that I have freedom, right? I have freedom to do what I want, when I want, with who I want. And it is not an or game, which is I need to be a good mother, or I need to be a good entrepreneur, or I want to be, I want to have more time for myself. And I realized that, man, if there's a will, there's a way. That's what I do believe in. John Maxwell said that if there's a will, there's a way. So I was like, you know what? How can I do this? Because I don't want to be the absent parent, just like my parents, and I want to always be with my children. So how can I do that? As soon as I start having that question, me and my husband starting to look into a lot of different courses, right? Different answer, reading a lot of different books, and then we realize, there's a way, right? There's a way, and there's many ways, to get to where you want. For our way, one of the way is to get a team, a dream team. My client called me the queen of virtual assistant. I deploy a lot of virtual assistant for a lot of business owners, and nowadays, if I have a thing, my question is, how can I give that or delegate that to my team so that I can get more time back? And right now, because at this moment, AI is also very, very good. So you can easily clone yourself using AI software so they can get more time back. Right. And then the third thing that we started to learn too is to get the knowledge. One thing that just like what Cease was talking about, Myron. Myron is one of the best coach that we have ever experienced. And one thing that he talks about is everything's already all around you. It's just the awareness. Do you have the awareness that things is happening? At the very beginning, I don't have those awareness. Okay, at the very beginning, I do not have those awareness. So I was like, I want to do this, but I don't know the how, right? Or I want to do this, but I don't know that other people is doing it. So we started to do a lot of coaching to learn what is possible, and now we figure that out. And that's the reason why I'm so into spreading the words to everybody, especially if you are still watching with us right now in 12 minutes in, right? Because you only live once. I'm 45. And, with the technology itself today, we have maybe another 35 more 40 years, in the business world, at least for me anyway. So I wanted to see how can I maximize it. And probably you wanted to do the same thing. How can you be a successful business owner, still be a successful mom, still be a successful individual that take care of yourself, right? Still have a lot of time to do everything else that you do. And the very key is how do you be able to multiply your time? How do you be able to have this correct identity that can multiply it the right way? And then, how can you have your dream business that will allow you to multiply your money so that you can have the time, you have the best you, and then, have the best business to create, the best life that you truly want to create.
Totally. Yeah, so basically what my wife is saying is that so when we started becoming business owners in December 3rd, 2005, leading up to really at like beginning of 2018, almost 14 years of entrepreneurship, we learned something, the difference between effort and leverage. That's one thing we learned, right? For almost 14 years, it was all effort. It was all effort, right? Because we learned that if you want something, you got to work hard for it, right? That's it. If you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. So we kind of wrote that. We wore that, and I remember we kind of woke up at the beginning of 2018. We're like, oh my God, like started asking questions like, what's the purpose of our life? And, what's happiness and all these things. And because we weren't happy, we were running business, which is, people's dream to like own a business, but yet we weren't happy, right? Why is that? Because quite honestly, at that time, owning a business was actually led to more suffering, right? We didn't have that time frame that we wanted. We had this certain lifestyle, this model of the world of what an amazing life looked like, our best life. And we weren't living it. Why? Because it was all effort. It wasn't leverage at all. If we left, we stopped our business, which we did. There were times that we took vacations or we had to go, my wife's, my mother-in-law had cancer. She's a survivor cancer, but we decided in 2013 that we were going to go home every single year, right? No matter what, to Singapore. That's where she lives, and for Chinese New Year. And so every time we left, our business stopped. Every time we took a vacation, our business stopped. Every time we went to learn something, our business stopped. Every time we went to, a doctor's appointment, our business stopped, right? So it was all 100% effort. And I'm like, okay, this is not business ownership. This is really more of an operator. This isn't really owning a business. This is a business owning you, right? And your 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 business is supposed to be working for you, but you're actually working for it. So that's really what we learned. So in 2019, we left. this event called Date with Destiny with one of our other mentors, Tony Robbins, and went to it, and we kind of asked ourselves a different question. We said, you know, if time, the two things we had, time and money, were no longer an issue, how would we be living? And that really kind of took us the trajectory of our course to say, okay, it's life first, right? Because for those 14 years is business first. Everything's all wrapped under that business identity and everything, our own self worth. Are we enough? It was all wrapped into that. And we said, okay, coming into leaving Day with Destiny 2019, this is going to get life first, right? So we basically are the answer to that question was that we wanted to be a couple, and we had Alexander and Troy at that time, 5 years old and 3 years old. We said, we want to spend more time with them. We want to spend actually as much time, not just more time, like as much time with them as possible for the rest of their life and the rest of our life. So how do we do that? Money, right? We wanted to make sure that a wealthy family comes first. We wanted to ensure that we gave left a really good legacy of knowledge and things and stuff for our kids. So 2020, we started this journey right before COVID of going online, right? Building an online business and building a business that gave us that freedom, right? Freedom and more money and more freedom. So, and we took off. We did it, right? And shifted from the traditional model of marketing and selling and running business. But I think what really helped us, are these really three steps that I want to share with you here. We first it was we designed our dream life first. That's really what the key, right? And that is the key. Like it's got to start there. It's kind of like a GPS. You got to have a destination that you want to go to, right? If you want to get there, right? Before the GPS can give you directions on how to get there, it's also got to know your current location. So for us, the very first thing was, what's our destination? What does life first look like? What does this happy life look like? And that's how we came up with that go where we want, when we want, stay as long as we want, bring as many people as we want. That's our freedom framework. That's how we wanted to live. So if you're watching this video, you're saying, how do I do this? Well, the how is right here. First is you got to really sit down, ask yourself, what is it that you really want? Right? We wanted to be a family, spent a lot of time together. We love variety. We love seeing new things, visiting new places, spending as much time as we possibly can, spending time doing the things that we love and with the people that we love. We love adventure. We just love new things, right? We love new restaurants. We're foodies as well. We love new food. We love new, cultures. So we're like, that's life. That's living life. Not just we didn't want to exist anymore. We wanted to live. So that's the very first step. And then the second step, then we said, okay, now that we want to live that way, we need obviously money, right? We need money and we need, how do we do this? And we need something to fund this, right? And fuel this. And that's where we decided to shift our business online, 100% online, to build a business that would actually fund and fuel this. And my wife, she opened up her virtual assistants business after working with our V's for 10 years at that time. She's like, you know what, I could provide this as a service. We've been able to grow every single company with these amazing VAs from the Philippines. Why not share this as a service for to other people and help other people achieve this as well? Like, yeah, you're right. And then I said, you know what? We know how to run business the right way and the wrong way, right? We have successes, we have failures and struggles. Why not become a business coach and show people how to run a business the right way, and how to avoid the mistakes that we made? So then I became a business coach as well in 2020. And that's really the business right now that funds this amazing lifestyle. So first step is life first, and then as the destination, and then second is the business is the vehicle. It is a vehicle, right? Your profession has to provide you the vehicle. It's not a job, it's not a career, right? So to us, we think that the only way you'll get freedom is to run a business, right? Because if I work for somebody, then I'm going to trade my time. Doesn't matter if I made a lot of money, I'm going to trade my time for somebody else's money, right? And I might get 2 months, 3 months, 2 weeks or 3 weeks or even a month of vacation. But being a business owner, I can take as many vacations as I want, right? I choose that, right? So business as the vehicle. And then third is people as the fuel, right? So you got a destination, which is your life, the business is the vehicle, and then people as the fuel. And the three types of people, the very first is coaches. You've heard me bring up a couple of names, Myron Golden. We've heard me bring up, Tony Robbins, right? Russell Brunson is another coach of ours when we shifted online. These three are really have been vital to our growth. But you got to leverage people, right? As the coach, because they can help you speed up your success and they can help you avoid the mistakes that they made, right? um, Peer groups. That's another set of people that you should leverage, right? We belong to a lot of different masterminds, and peer groups are amazing because you can then bounce ideas off each other. People that can share with each other like what's really working, taking us behind the scenes of what's working for other people, right? Things like that. And same thing, they can help you avoid any mistakes or things that don't work, right? So peer groups. And then third is leveraging a team, really leveraging a team. You know, Leveraging a team allows you to stay in your zone of genius, really, is what it is, so that you can outsource outsource the things that you don't want to do, can't do, aren't really good at. And that's really has what allowed us to live our dream life, run this amazing business that we're actually in love with, and we continue every single, day to leverage people, leveraging coaches, peer groups, and our team. So that's really the framework that has allowed us to, be only home 29 days last year in Dallas, and starting this year only been home 4 days total so far as well. So and living our very best life. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and the reason why he tells you all that is because we do have a challenge coming up. We want to get you to be fully immersed on what does that mean to you, right? Because you know, when we first started, we just do what everybody else is doing, working hard, don't pay for coaching, do everything ourselves. And what really made me realize that we need this is because one of my uncle fall really sick and actually passed away. And at that moment, I wanted to go to the funeral, but I couldn't because I have so much priority and responsibility to deal with. So I have to actually skip the funeral. And now we go to Asia all the time. We're traveling around the world, so we know now that it is possible. We attend pretty much all the big celebration for our family, right? Like this, even this year, we celebrated Christmas with the family, Thanksgiving with the family, and then we celebrated Chinese New Year. We flew all the way back to Singapore to, celebrate that with them too. We also celebrated Caesar's birthday, and we do not miss any celebration anymore now. So, is it possible? It is definitely possible. And last story that I would really want to share with you is that and about 2 3 years ago at that moment we're still focusing on ourselves, right? And we went to a rock climbing place thinking that hey, after the rock climbing, this year 2022 we're gonna rock and rule the world, right? And who knows, my husband actually went on a indoor rock climbing 40 feet up and realized that the harness wasn't on. And we didn't know because we were new. And then he just become a Superman, right? And flew all the way down and broke his back. And at that moment, being a business owner, I don't know whether you experienced this or not, but health challenges and accident is one of the things that make you feel the most uncontrolled because you can fire your people, you can start anytime you want, you can hire or fire a client if you want to. But at that moment, when I was outside of his operation room, I realized that man, no matter how much money I have, I couldn't get the doctor to heal him or there's nothing that I could be in control of. It was one of the most fascinated experience I ever have, and is also most fearful experience I ever have. But at that moment, I talked to my team and I say, hey, I really do not have the capacity to take care of the business at this moment. And what they said is, don't worry about it, boss. I'll take care of it. And because of that, we actually took 8 months off without 100% in our business. And the business actually still have the best it's the best year of all the year that we have done that we have done. And I realized that wow, actually we have built a successful automated delegatable business that allow me to heal when something like that really do happen. And at that moment I do hear it from God that say, hey, this is actually your real assignment. Your assignment is to allow people to work themselves out of their job to truly experience life. And who will be the best one to be benefit from? The entrepreneurs, because you work the hardest and you are making the world a better place, but a lot of time you forget about yourself. You do not really live the life that you truly desire to live or deserve to live. And and again, we learn a lot from Myron from Tony Robbins, from Russell Brunson. Everybody have a 5 day challenge, and we crafted a 5 day challenge too
Mhm.
to give you most of what we know, highlight for you so that you know that, hey, man, I could really delegate out. I could really get my time back. I could actually multiply my time and I could really get everything that I want to have without me doing all the work. And most important thing is you might actually, just like me when I first started, feel the guilt and the shame of delegating it out to people. So we're going to be sharing that with you too on all the hows and the what and the why. So that way you'll feel good. Because again, we only live once. Would you want to live this life, the way that you wanted to live? We literally just met some Tony Robbins brother and sister not too long ago, and he asked us a question. If you only have 3 hours to live, okay, if you only have 3 hours to live, what would you do in that 3 hours? And whatever the answer is for you, feel free to type it down below and let us know. Whatever that 3 hours time that you want to do, that is what you really should be focusing on. And after that, you build the second priority and the third priority. And that's how we built. And I realized that,
Love
hey,
it.
I'm really living a really amazing life right now. Even if I passed away right at this moment, or even if I have 3 hours to live, every day I am living the best life. All right, back
Totally.
to you, Cease.
Yeah. So my wife said it best. We found our assignment, and our Dream Life Dream Business Challenge. One of the days that we focus on is the second day is like, what is your assignment, right? Because a business is really your assignment. Most people, I believe, like us, start a business and to make money, right, or to sell a product or service. And if you really want a really successful business to fund and fuel this amazing lifestyle, it's really got to be a business that is really an assignment of yours, right? So for us, that's why we create our Dream Life Dream Business Challenge, because we found out that, oh my God, it's life first. So day one, we focus on your dream life. What does that really look like if time and money were no longer an issue? How would you be living, right? And then second day, we focus on your dream business, a dream business that really aligns with your assignment that God has called you to do. And then third is then you leverage your dream team, right? Leverage. How do you really delegate? How do you automate your business? And then fourth day, we walk you through how to actually take it out to the marketplace. How do you market? How do you generate leads? How do you sell? How do you deliver that business that really, how do you work with your clients that aligns with your life, not the other way around, right? That doesn't drain you, right? Run a business that doesn't drain you, and runs a business that really lights you up. And then day five is all about how do you integrate it all, how we've actually been able to do it, right? The beauty of our Dream Life Dream Business Challenge, we are sharing nothing from like a practical, like we just learned it from a book. We actually live it, right? So every 5 days is really intentionally crafted to share with you, like, the things that we have, what we do, and most importantly what we have become and who are we on that. So you're learning from somebody, people who've actually done it, right? So that's why we want to invite you to it. So if you're looking to live your dream life, honestly, if you're looking to if you're sitting there, you're like, yeah, I'm not living the life I would really want to live. If you want that, then the Dream Life Dream Business Challenge is for you. If you want to run a business that you love, right? You want to stop trading your time for money. You want to run a business. Like even if you're in business right now, you're not running a business that you're absolutely in love with. Let's really find out what that business is, right? That's what it's about, how to love your dream business, and then how to really delegate and automate. How do you leverage to other people, right? You kind of outsource your weaknesses so that you can stay in your strength zone. So if that is what you are looking for, then you are the right fit for the Dream Life Dream Business Challenge. And we look forward to seeing you. So the link is below. And promise you, not only will we deliver, we will definitely over deliver, because we're just gonna take you behind the scenes of what we do, what we have, who we are. Really pull back the curtain, so nothing will be hidden. We will lay everything on the table of how we've actually been able to achieve this amazing life and we're running this amazing business. That's it.
Hello, Steve Savan here. I hope you enjoyed and took a lot from this video. And again, for being here, we have a few gifts for you again below. we have a link to get our book, Just Do This. So please grab that. It's going to walk you through how to turn yourself into a high ticket offer, how to market yourself, how to sell and make enough more offers. Second is our Wealth and Freedom Masterclass. It's really designed to walk you through how to live your dream life first, how to choose a business as the vehicle, and then how to leverage people as the fuel for you to close the gap between where you are to where you actually want to go. And then third is if you are looking to live life on your terms, right? To be able to build a business also that allows you to live, to work, to earn from anywhere. If you're looking to delegate and automate with people, then we're inviting you to our Dream Life, Dream Business Challenge. And then fourth and finally, if you took a lot from this video and you actually want more, please please comment your biggest takeaways from this particular video, and most importantly, subscribe. It's free to do so. So that this way you can be alerted every single time we actually drop a video for you, some more additional training. And again, our content will not let you down. Again, thank you very much for listening to us. Thank you very much for being here. Let's, we'll see you on the next video.